been enjoying yourself?
I basically just got here, so I've been here like 15 minutes, but I mean, I met some friends and everybody I expected to see is here, so...
and you're already grabbed for an interview?
Yeah, I know, I just got in the door, but it's fine.
Okay, so I was talking to you about your looks, that you seem a bit more boyish in person than on your pictures.
Right.
So, how do you feel about that?
I really don't feel too much about it. I mean, as you said yourself, sometimes I look more manly in pictures than I look in real life, and sometimes I look more boyish in pictures. And I really kind of stopped caring about it a long time ago, because what matters is to get the picture that everybody wants. And I mean, usually people are quite satisfied anyway, so that's what matters.
Yeah, and you're the one who has to do it, so do you play it? Are you a very good actor secretly, so how you can pull it off to be boyish or manly, or how do you take on a shoot?
Yeah, of course I try to like figure out what the photographer, what the stylist or whatever wants from the shoot, and I try to like give them different stuff and pick up on what they like and what they don't. So in that sense, I do think I got more confident about experimenting, and that could be turn out to be more acting, but I've never seen myself as an actor. But doing this for so long, I do think it's more fun to create a character rather than just be like a blank face. So in a way, yeah, I try to figure out what role they want me to play, and then I go with that.
Maybe that's your like strongest feature in all of it, because to be a successful model, you can't be just a blank face.
Right. No, I mean, all the guys are like beautiful blank faces, but blank faces they're only going to carry you a few seasons, you know. But I mean, I think it's also just like a personal thing. It's getting too boring if you just like put on the same blank face every time. You're going to get the same picture every time, and you're going to do the same job every time. So if you want something more out of it, you have to mix it up yourself. I mean, you can always get that blank face. So if that's what they want, we have the shot in 5 minutes. But I mean, you can always get back to that.
Okay. So how did you get into this model business?
Now we're talking. No, that's a standard question. I was discovered in the street, just like most guys are. It never crossed my mind to do this before. But I was approached in the street, and I thought it would be like a good supplement to my student income at the time, and so I just thought I'd give it a go and went with it. Okay,
because I know a lot of guys actually who get approached because they're sort of good looking, so do you want to be a model, blah blah blah, but guys don't go for it that easy.
No.
So, and actually the owner of Scoop Models also said that the younger boys that take you as an example, and going to modeling, I think that's quite special if boys are interested in this, because usually it's a girl thing.
Yeah.
How do you experience that? Are there a lot of male models that,
No, I have tried people, like other guys coming up to me and telling me that they look up to me, or that they think they are impressed with what I've done. Well, I guess it's just like everything else. I mean, if you create a big enough buzz about it, people want to do it. I don't know. I mean, it all comes in waves. Then somebody breaks through, and then I feel like I'm part of like a breakthrough of guys where Danish guys in general just started to do well, and obviously that's going to get attention.
Yeah.
And not only outside the business, but just as much inside the business, it's very important. Because then all of a sudden, all the agencies from around the world start to look to Denmark and be like, all right, maybe there's something there. And that's just as important, if not more, because obviously it's going to mean more work for more guys.
Okay, so sort of supporting your country in a big way. You're representing your country, but sort of also supporting all the models here.
Yeah. What do you mean?
By being out there.
No, I love talking to the new guys. If they want, like, if they come and ask for like advice or just like ask for whatever, I love talking to them because I feel like the way I handled my business has worked out really well for me, so I don't mind passing along that advice.
Okay, and what are your plans for the future? Because I heard that you're a painter. Do you paint for fun, or do you want to go on with it?
No, I want to go on with it, definitely. But I mean, hopefully it's always going to be for fun.
And what was the study that you did? Did you do art school by any chance?
No, I didn't actually. I never did. I was just in high school.
Okay.
But I've been drawing all my life. I drew a lot right at that point as well, and since then it just evolves really. You just want to do new stuff, expand what you can do all the time. So.
Do you want to do a special study for it, or just doing your thing?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind, but it just has to be able to be combined, because that's what this business is like, where it's a little bit difficult, because no matter what you do, you always have to like be able to mix it up with the modeling, and actually modeling it's not necessarily very time consuming, but it's very unpredictable, so it's tough to have something steady on the side, because then also modeling breaks in, and you know. So.
Then suddenly tomorrow you have to go to Paris, where you should have been doing your exams or something like that.
So, I mean, fortunately, I was lucky enough, or I was determined enough to finish high school.
Okay.
Which I know a lot of people don't when they offer this chance. So it's difficult to combine it with other stuff, but I do want to take art.
It's probably just as important, because when you when everybody has had enough of you, and then you lose your work, and what do you do then if you don't have an education? Right.
Yeah, I mean, but you can only. I feel like in a way I'm more fortunate than most, because I've already like proven myself, and I can now also get booked based on who I am. So in that way, I might be able to work longer than most guys. But I mean, you're totally right. At some point, I mean, there might not be enough work for me to be pleased with it, and then just on to doing something else.
And do you think you might choose to work in this industry? Like when you're done being a model, then you just go on to have an agency or a photographer? Do you have any ideas about that?
I probably wouldn't be a photographer or an agent, but I think I could be working in this industry. I think like creating pictures that draw attention is interesting, and you could do that in advertising as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's fascinating the way advertising is able to fuck with people's heads, make them think they want something they don't need. So I could see myself doing that. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your opinion on that advertising, it does make people buy things they don't need? But do you have like a life idea about it? Are you against it, or you say it's interesting, so you actually want to do something with it? But what would be your part in that?
Right.
What will you do?
I know what you think. I think it's kind of like, in a way, it's sad as well. You kind of like impose on people to buy stuff they don't need. But I think that the science of it is quite fascinating, and I mean, the only thing you can really do is educate people so they're aware of the process. I mean, they're probably still going to want the product, because it's basically it's not just about whether you think you need it, it's also about feeling special for having it. And as long as people are aware of that, I think it's totally fine. But I mean, for now it's just the science of it. And at the end of the day, I just think it's fascinating to create pictures that makes people desire stuff.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, thank you. You too.